Factually inaccurate. Morally correct. This is Babylon Bee Radio. Our top story. A local couple is in shock after a startling visit from rightful Georgia Governor Stacey Abrams. According to sources, the couple was listening to the heartbeat of their child on sonogram for the very first time when Abrams burst through the wall like the Kool-Aid man to inform them that the heartbeat sound they were hearing was not real.
Stop! Turn off that ultrasound machine! That heartbeat is fake. It was invented by the patriarchy to trick you into feeling love for your baby. Run away while you still can!
Governor Abrams went on to explain to the couple that the images of their baby's face they were seeing on the screen were not really their baby's face at all, but a collection of pixels on an LCD screen created by men to make it easier to control women's bodies.
We were shocked by her sudden entrance, but we're so thankful she helped us see the light. Now I can divorce my husband and abort this baby before my life becomes literally The Handmaid's Tale.
The mother's eyes then caught a glimpse of her baby's smile on screen, and she was overcome by overwhelming maternal love. Sources say she wrapped her arms around her husband and agreed to keep the baby.
No!
Abrams later spoke at a public symposium on behalf of the Association of Donut Lovers, claiming that just as the patriarchy invented sonograms with fake heartbeat sounds, bathroom scales were also created by the patriarchy to control women's bodies. Abrams says obesity isn't real, that it's only numbers manufactured by her bathroom scale. Disney has chosen a bald actress to play Rapunzel in the upcoming live-action remake of Tangled. Director Guy Ritchie announced the casting at a press conference.
We're thrilled to have this mega-talented bald actress joining us to star in this film. She's long been an outspoken advocate for the alopecia community, and we know she'll lend her unique lived experience as a person of baldness to the iconic role of Rapunzel.
Several Disney fans were upset about the casting choice.
I am all for diversity. My pronouns are Zer. But this is a bit too far. Rapunzel is supposed to have hair. It's sort of core to the entire story.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. That's one of the key quotes in the story. I'm not sure that works well with a bald Rapunzel.
Historians and experts push back against the desire for a haired Rapunzel, like Harvard Folklore and Mythology chair Sandra Rice.
Demanding that Disney cast Rapunzel, a fictional character I might add, with an actor who has hair is simply ableist, sexist, racist, and several other is. Sadly, there is another example of the white, cis, heteropatriarchal system that we live in.
The budget for the film is an estimated $800 million, with principal photography beginning in March 2023. Disney, meanwhile, has not yet announced who will play Holocaust survivor Elie Wiesel in the upcoming biopic Night. But the company is down to two finalists, Michael B. Jordan and Lena Dunham. In an ingenious move commonly used by pet owners, White House staff members have announced that they will be fitting Joe Biden with a custom-made jingle bell collar that will make it easier for them to locate the wayward president when he wanders off aimlessly. Members of the president's elite Secret Service detail have been frustrated since Biden took office and have tried various methods of restraint and containment to no avail.
We used baby gates at the beginning, but he still managed to step over them despite his lack of physical coordination,
said Chris Wilson, the Secret Service agent tasked with keeping tabs on the president.
After that, we tried using a leash, but we had to take it off for photo ops and press conferences, and he would find a way to roam off every time.
At airtime, White House staff were awaiting the arrival of the special collar while attempting to keep the president corralled in the West Wing.
If this doesn't work, who knows what we'll have to try next. I'd hate to have to resort to using a shock collar with an invisible fence on someone in the president's condition. Mr. President, you know you're not supposed to be there. You come back here right now. I'm gonna count to 3. 1, 2, where'd I put that squirt bottle? 2.5.
The 2-month-long drought in southern Texas has ended after a local woman, Stacey Abrams, emptied all the water bottles from her nightstand into the water supply. Waco Mayor Tim O'Leary held a celebratory press conference.
We're saved! Every living creature in South Texas owes Miss Ramage a great debt of gratitude. The water ration's over, the lake's up 30 feet, and the rivers are almost overflowing. It's a miracle!
As farms began to fail and the town considered rationing drinking water, Mr. Ramage, surveying the graveyard of water bottles on his wife's nightstand, each still 3/4 full, suggested to his wife that she consider dumping them. After several deep sighs, Mrs. Ramage agreed and began pouring out the bottles one by one. Local weatherman Dave Oliver says he's never seen anything like it.
I go to bed in one of the worst droughts of the past century, and the next day it's over. The grass is green again. The farms are saved. I can't fathom how many water bottles that woman had on her nightstand.
Meanwhile, activists warned that the sea levels in the Gulf of Mexico had suddenly risen, probably due to climate change. Despite installing a new Trinity Wishbone offense during fall camp, PragerU has once again found itself dead last in the NCAA after a 94-0 drubbing at the hands of the Florida Gators.
I don't know where it went wrong. We had a really great week of practice, all in easily digestible 5-minute chunks. But at the end of the day, I'm 74 years old, and no amount of knowledge about the benefits of free market capitalism could help me avoid the 23 sacks we gave up today.
PragerU had reportedly entered the season with high hopes after acquiring a haul of new talent through the transfer portal.
We thought Candace Owens would be a great addition at wideout. And the first play, we threw that slant to her. She was like a beautiful football goddess out there, stretching out for the catch. But sadly, there was a 250-pound linebacker waiting for her, and the doctor said it would be easier to just name the bones in her body that aren't currently broken.
Although Florida outgained PragerU by 937 yards, the Prager team still felt like there were some positives to take away from the game.
Half the team is currently hospitalized, and they had to call the game in the second quarter because we ran out of players. But I'm looking on the bright side. Will Witt really got into the kicker's head when he came out in a Mexican poncho and fake mustache. Plus, being laid up for the next 8 weeks while my ruptured spleen heals will give us a terrific opportunity to discuss the dangers of socialized medicine.
The NCAA has since updated its standings to show that PragerU was in fact now second to last, narrowly beating out Trump University. Now you're up to date on the only news that matters. Find more fake news you can trust at babylonbee.com. Until next time, this is Austin Robertson, the voice of the Babylon Bee. So long.